Oh, yes. Good day to you, glorious Rascallion resonators. You absolute legends, you. The name is FOXSOL. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to some more Wuthering Waves. And wherever you're at, I'm hoping you're having a terrific, fantastic, amazing day. So, today's topic of choice that I would like to present to you guys is one that I was thinking about, and I was having a little bit of a small conversation with a friend of mine, and that would be a catch-up system in Wuthering Waves. What do I mean by this? Well, tell you what, take a seat at the bar, grab yourself some cola drink. I got one right here. Bar's open, relax, and let's get into the conversation. Alrighty. So, when I am talking about a catch-up system is when it comes to Wuthering Waves, I feel that for, whether it's new or whether it's, returning players that might have dropped off of Wuthering Waves, I feel that future-wise, within, a couple more updates, that Kuro Games should consider possibly putting in a catch-up system, a system to help speed up the leveling of characters, resources, things of that nature a little bit more and better than what it currently, it is. Because I like to think that in the sense that the Pioneer system, you could say technically that subscription would be another part of this that could act like that. But hear me out, okay? And this is from me taking away from a game that I pretty much dislike nowadays, but it is part of their system, and I think it could work in Wuthering Waves. And that is in Devil May Cry Peak of Combat, or what I like to call it, Wallet May Cry. The game has it to where if you have not logged into the game for, let's say, 30 days, I think it's actually like 7 days, but we're going to just say it's 30 days, okay? That you get a system that opens up that says, hey, look, you are a returning player. You have the option of starting on a brand new server, blah, blah, blah. Or we can leave you on the same exact server that you're on, but we can go ahead and give you this system that's going to help, give you extra gems, currency, different resources, things to help catch you back up that you might have missed for the last, 30 days or so. And I really think that a system like this should be in place in Wuthering Waves, because reason being behind this idea, and I was thinking about this and I was talking about this, and it was like with GLYTCH Impact. Why did I never really bother to go back or start or even start some gacha games, whether it's GLYTCH Impact, PGR, different games in general, stuff like that. Well, in all honesty, the main reason is that when I looked at how everyone else is playing, where they were adding levels, where my friends were at and everything else, I'm like, dude, there's way too much shit to fucking worry about, and I'm not going to be able to catch up to, get to a level fucking 90 characters in a short amount of time to actually, experience the new updates in the proper ways, like everyone else is. And I felt at those time periods of my life with these games that it was best not to even attempt to try to play them, but just to let them be. You know what? I'll wait until maybe something comes out my way, which, I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, and this is for mainly the newer players and possibly even returning players, okay? But for you newer players, they may have just started Wuthering Waves within the last, I don't know, couple of days, couple of weeks. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below, but do you feel in some way, shape, form that compared to looking at like my characters. Everything's at level 90. I'm at a union level 72. We're able to fight the holographic bosses, you know, the hologram bosses. We're able to do a bunch of different things in this game. We're able to beat the Tower of Adversity all the way to level 30. And in general, do you not feel in some way, shape, form like, you know, it's just a big, big steep hill that you have to climb to even get to a point to be somewhere like that? And even for people who may have, you know, you were playing WutheringWaves in the first month or so, and you stopped, you went to, you know, ZZZ, for example, and then you're like, well, let me go back to WutheringWaves, and then you're noticing just how much stuff there is. Does it not feel in some way, shape, form, you know, more overwhelming? And that's where I'm thinking that a catch-up system, kind of like what Peak of Combat had created for their servers, may be a beneficial system. Especially when it gets to much later and how much older the game gets in later updates. I am thinking that it would be a true benefit. Now, I can hear the other side of the argument where it would be a lot of people that be like, fuck them kids. I earned my route. I did all this, you know. I went do 100% exploration. I did all this. I got to the level that I am at, the resources I am at, not because I sat there and waited and was handed it to me with a catch-up system. I had to earn it, and these players need to do the same thing. You know, they need to earn it. They need to earn that right. And look, don't get me wrong. I think that that argument is also a very plausible argument as well. However, I think in the terms of new players or returning players, a system that can help boost, whether it's a paid system, whether it is a system just in general that gives like double XP for a short amount of time or something, could be more of a benefit for newer players that would not affect and could be balanced properly with, you know, Kuro Games taking a good look at something like that to help, you know, newer players, returning players, just get up to par. You know, give them the basic up to par scenario. I know that we have different events that come in here and there that doubles this type of resource, doubles that. And I'm not talking about systems like that. I'm talking in general, just more than resource, but like leveling and everything else, just to help push players to give them a little bit of an easier time to catch up to others. Because in general, that's the kind of reason why I stopped playing, you know, Genshin Impact and stuff like that, is because my friend's like a level fucking like 120 or some shit. I don't know what level Cap was, whatever, but he was max level, all this other good stuff. And, you know, he's come in my world and he's basically one-shotting everything. And it's just like, this don't feel right. You know, I go into his world, I can't do anything. And I want to enjoy this game with my friend, but I can't enjoy it because the more I try to enjoy it with said friend, you know, either I'm just the weakest link. You know, at the end of the day, I am the weakest link, and I don't feel like wasting my time, you know, building up a character and all this when he's so far advanced in me to actually, you know, that it matters anymore. That a lot of the reason why like WutheringWaves is really good to me is because it was an opportunity. Now, granted, my friend didn't, you know, my good friend Valk did not stick with WutheringWaves. He went to ZZZ. But originally we were playing WutheringWaves, and I figured, you know what, this is finally going to be like a gacha game that we can both, you know, legitimately be a part of, and we can work together, we can level up together in a sense, and we can have a ball. And it didn't happen that way, but that's the reason why I waited to find something that we could both enjoy and both play and both just be there for one another. But in terms of someone like him coming back and, you know, probably playing, you know, WutheringWaves as a returning player, you know, future-wise, if he ever decided to do that, you know, the gap between us is going to be pretty damn big. And I personally would like to find a way that would help get him to catch up faster. You could implement a new system, and I'm going to talk about this later on, but you could even implement this into a new system that would be like a special event that you can do weekly, that you can do like 3 times a week or something, like you could do with the Calamity bosses in a sense. That would be where you get the most rewards by playing together. You know, you can carry your friends or whatever, you can get them to that level with no issue. There could be other ways, not just a catch-up system, but I think the catch-up system would be a better way to try to help, you know, instill more of a thing like, hey, look, we know you either left the game, we know that you just probably started, you got overwhelmed, you're coming back, but we got you. Here is like a 2-week system that this will help you, you know, because you've been gone for 30 days or, you know, something to that effect. A good vantage. We got you, and we're going to help try to get you as far as we can back up the par to where everyone else is, so that way you can feel like you're relevant in this game compared to everyone else. So that's just a suggestion. Take it for what it is. Tell me what your thoughts is in the process. Like, do you agree with me in this kind of situation? Do you agree with the idea of putting in a system to help, you know, just people in general, help make them get advanced just a little bit faster than normal? I know that, like, for a majority of the people who probably watch me, you know, we're the type of people that's been playing WuthringWaves since day one. And yes, I kind of understand it's, you know, like I said, it's not fair for us in a sense, because we're going to be just we're just going to be basically giving away this. But if you think of it in the grand scheme of a whole entire generation of a community, and you look at it with the big picture, I think it's a good scenario to help ensure that we are able to benefit and help the community as a whole, than just single out people and just be, you know, upset that this is just being handed away. It's just a better system. Be like, yeah, you know what? I want more players in WuthringWaves, and this is a good option to do it. Let me know. You tell me what your thought pattern is down below in the comment section. And yeah, it was just a simple idea, and I just really think that, you know what? I want to get other people's opinions, not just mine, and think about the pros and cons behind it. So otherwise than that, guys, you take it easy, you keep it classy, keep it jazzy, keep it real, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.